When It All Boils Down is the latest EP from local musical artist Ray Deezy. I sit down exclusively with him for a special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores. And listen to this interview later on iHeartRadio. Ray Deezy,
All right.
it's so good to meet you.
Meet you too, sir.
I appreciate it greatly. I understand that you obviously are a household name here in Charleston,
Yes, sir.
being a musical artist and a local talent. And I know that from the Charleston Chronicle, they basically said that you actually will be hosting on November 28th the exquisite radio open mic night at the newly opened black-owned West Ashley spot, Chucktown Bar and Grill.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When you talk about Ray Deezy and the Chucktown Bar and Grill, what goes through your mind?
Well, we want to make a good opportunity for the young artists who are trying to, get their name up out of there and get locally respected as well as globally. But we got to start somewhere. So the open mic experience is for those musicians who want to just get their name out.
And I want to go back to the Charleston Chronicle because they actually wrote an article about you on October 24th. And the headline reads, Ray Deezy celebrates new music, site launch, web series with Black Charleston in focus.
Yes, sir.
What are you focusing on right now?
Focusing on the Gullah culture, because it's kind of being used as something to sell, something that's not important to the real world when it is important. So I just try to put that message out about our culture, our histories, Charleston, South Carolina, and where we come from, and I just express it through music the best way I can.
And Damian Smalls actually wrote the article, and he says this, Ray Deezy's latest EP, When It All Boils Down, is set for release on digital platforms November 2nd.
Yes, sir.
From November 2nd to now, what is it like to be you, a musical artist?
It's a lot of people have been showing me love. A lot of people I don't even know, haven't seen in years, and it's just beautiful. I love it because I've got good feedback on the project, and people are aware of what I'm trying to do in my message.
And obviously you had the launch party over at the Spot 47.
Yeah, we had a good time. Yes.
Well, you talk about good time. How long did it take you to produce this particular EP?
Produced this. It took me actually 2 months. The idea came in my head about June, July, but executing the plan only took about like a month because I record fast and I make my own beats. Wow. So didn't really have to wait on nobody because I do it the independent way. So it's always fun.
And you talk about the independent way. What is the biggest difference between that and working with a music label?
Well, the hardest part about any independent artist will tell you, the hardest part is you have to come out of pocket for everything. You have to fund everything. You have to go out there in the street and get your street team, get your internet team. Like, you have to literally do everything yourself.
And you obviously talk about street team, marketing team. Obviously, you have a site launch that you just launched a few weeks ago, and you have a web series.
Yes.
Can you share with me what that web series is right now?
Well, again, back to the Gullah Geechee culture. That's we're going to the cuisine, the Gullah cuisine. So it's called From the Sea to the Table, and we actually have new episodes coming up for that that is going to be on my YouTube soon.
Yeah. So what are you bringing to the table with this web series?
With the web series, I'm letting people know that our culture is rich also in food. It's rich in other parts of life, but it's also rich in food. Like a lot of people, as you know, they travel to Charleston just to come and eat. They come all the way off from all around the world just to come here and eat. So I use that portion of it and put it, in my project.
And you talk about that project. When you think of food here in Charleston, what food describes you?
Describes me. I like seafood. I like crabs. I love crabs and shrimps and stuff. Like most Charlestonians.
Yeah. And I understand that obviously most of your music is based off of gentrification and racism and whatnot.
Yes, very much so. I have a song on there called Here's Property Hustle that touches on that song.
When you step into that booth, what do you think about when it comes to gentrification and racism in Charleston?
Well, I'm around the city a lot, and I see a lot of stuff I don't want to see. So when I get in the booth, I express that as much as I can without stepping on toes or whatever. Because, these people are sensitive about that, and they're easily offended at the same time. So I just want people to know, hey, I see what's going on. My people see what's going on, and they don't like it. So I just speak for them, if you will.
And obviously you talk about Charleston. You grew up in Goose Creek.
Yes.
What was it like for you, Ray Deezy, growing up in Goose Creek?
Well, it's a small town, a country town, but it wasn't easy. I would say that. But it wasn't hard either because my mother, she always found a way for me. She always did what she could to support me and, help hold us down. So I won't say, it was rough, But again, it wasn't easy. But as I got older, I learned more about the culture and stuff, and it was just so fascinating to me. My grandmother would sit us down and tell us about it all the time. When you're young, you kind of don't want to hear it. But as I got older, I was like, man, this is crazy. And then I'd see other stuff going on around us. The bad and the good. So,
what got you from Goose Creek to now being a music artist?
well, I've always messed with the music. I've always been into the music. Since preteen. I was always in class learning how to play keyboard and acoustic guitar and all that. And from there, it just became writing songs as I learned how to play instruments. And then I just love hip hop and 90s hip hop. So I just blended everything with one, as well as blues and stuff. And, just playing with a lot of different genres, but keeping it hip hop, that's all.
You talk about hip hop. What is the state of hip hop right now?
Right now, the state of hip hop is very boring, my opinion. But there's just too much going on right now. There's too much people dropping music at the same time. You never get a chance to listen to what's hot or who's new or what's actually good because you have to find time to listen to everything. So I think that's why people are doing the EP things because they know people have short attention spans when it comes to music. So they don't want to give you 10, 20 songs because they know people aren't going to listen to that much. So I'm kind of doing the EP thing for now, but I'm just seeing where that goes from now.
You talk about the EP route, and I'm going to ask you the obvious question. What makes you stand out?
Well, less is more sometimes. So when people hear the message and they see that, they don't have to sit down for a whole hour to listen to me, and they actually have good music on there. So I think that's the plan I was going with that, and I think I executed it well because a lot of people are telling me they love it. They love it.
So, the future.
Mm-hmm.
How would you put together your future in a particular song?
In a particular song? What do you mean?
If you were to describe your future in a song, how would you start it out?
I believe in speaking things into existence, very much so. So I would probably start it out how I want my life to be as far as financially, spiritually, and just talk about how I want things to happen because I'm very big on that. Very big on that, speaking things into existence. The tongue is powerful.
That's so great to hear. Well, Ray Deezy, thank you so much for your time. I really, really, really appreciate this.
Thank you.
Thank you.